Welcome back into championship week, folks. The AFC matchup is coming this Sunday. It was supposed to be legendary. Who knows? Maybe it'll still be legendary. Will a backup quarterback take a team to the Super Bowl? Kyle, is there any way or world you see that to be true?
I mean, I'm not going to bet on it, but do you remember the Eagles did do this with Wentz and what was the other guy's name? They won a Super Bowl
You can see
with
him wearing the
him.
glove right now.
Nick Foles. Nick
There you
Foles.
go. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. They won a Super Bowl with him as the backup quarterback. So it can be done. Is the rest of the team good enough? I think we know the defense is.
Well, we've already seen the Philly special, so they're not going to be able to pull that one out and surprise the world with that like they did over there in Philly. I think this is the two. I get the comparison draw, but I think Foles has just had so much more tape under his belt. He's got more experience in that department. I guess let's go down this rabbit hole right now and address the elephant in the room. I am shocked that the line of this game is only minus 4.5 points in favor of the Patriots when they are playing a backup quarterback. Apparently, Las Vegas has more belief in Sean Payton's words about his QB2 than I do. This is what Sean said. He said, I feel like I've got two capable starters for an ample number of teams in the leagues. Watch out, just watch out. He's ready. I said this at the beginning of the season. I feel like I've got a backup quarterback that is capable to start on a number of teams. He'll be ready to go, ready for the moment, blah, 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 blah. I looked right through these comments and words and thought, what the hell else is he supposed to say?
Yeah, I mean, what is he going to say? He's going to talk up his quarterback. He's got to inject some confidence into his team and his players and his.
For sure, but I agree with you. And I think he should have been more honest. I mean, what he could have said, which he would say, was, you know what? I'm pissed. My QB2 sucks. I don't believe in him. No, he's not going to say that. If he were honest, though, he would have said this: our defense will either win us this game or lose us this game. And that is the truth, because that defense needs to play their best game ×2. And he needs to put the pressure on his defense and not his backup quarterback. And that is what I wish he would have just been more honest about, because that is how I see this game. Thoughts there?
I think it'll be a low-scoring game. I think what we've seen from New England against the Texans last week was they can compete and put up points against elite defenses. So to me, that's enough vote of confidence for them to go out and win this game. I don't think Stidham is going to be anywhere near as good as Bo Nix, despite what Sean Payton says and maybe feels like he has to say, and the rest of the guys around him. I don't think it'll be enough to compete with New England. And I mean, I think it'll be much larger of a gap than Las Vegas has here. So that's what I would bet on.
Okay. Did you watch any Stidham tape? And it's okay if not. Did you see any tape on this guy?
Not recently, but I don't think it's very good from what I remember. So I don't think it's worth watching.
Well, it's funny you say that, because the stats are not worth looking at. The tape, however, tells a different story. His stats are like in his career: 8 touchdowns, 8 picks. Okay, nothing crazy, nothing crazy good there. However, his tape, the dude has some cojones. Okay, he has made some throws. I saw like 6 different deep throws that were either in super tight coverage, double coverage, in which they caught the ball, or over the shoulder of the receiver on the outside that were very nice. So he has the ability and the cojones to make some deep and intense throws. Now, whether can he do that in the AFC Championship game? Obviously, we don't know that. But that's my only side argument for him. The dude's got cojones. I hope he puts them on the table come Sunday here. Let's anything to say there before I dive into the betting analysis?
Well, we respect cojones on this channel for sure.
We absolutely.
I would feel better about Stidham's cojones if he had a better running game at his disposal. I don't think it's good enough for them to.
Yeah, they can't just lean on it.
Yes.
Yep.
And, I think they're a very physical football team, especially defensively, right? Offensively, they can run the ball, but especially against better teams, better defenses, it's usually a game script of engineered plays by Sean Payton, the occasional scamper and plays by Bo Nix. And it's kind of more manufactured offense, right?
It is. And he is going to have to throw in some Ben Johnson-esque fun plays. He is going to have to – I bet you're going to see a couple Wildcat formations this weekend. And most importantly, I bet you're going to see Marvin Mims getting the ball with some screens, some jet sweeps. They are going to have to get the ball into their playmakers' hands quickly
I agree.
to help alleviate the pressure on this young quarterback. And I think Sean Payton will do a good job of that. Will that be enough to beat the Patriots by more than 5 points? I don't think so. Here is the betting analysis, folks. Patriots, 4.5-point favorites. This started out at 4.5. It immediately last week jumped to -5.5, and then Denver bettors came in strong because they pushed that line back down to -4.5. So someone really likes the Broncos at +5.5 in this. I don't know why with a backup quarterback, but Stidham has some fans out there with some deep pockets apparently. The over/under at this game is 42.5. I mean, without a doubt, I think Patriots cover the spread, and I think the under hits on this one because I don't see the Broncos putting up more than
also going under.
17
Yeah.
points. 24-17 is what I have this one at. Kyle, you agree with me? Wait for it. ChatGPT finally agrees with us. This is a three-way agreement. ChatGPT also takes Patriots up to -5.5 and the under as well. This should scare you, folks. If anything, this means bet the other way because all three of us are aligned now.
Yep. Okay, yeah, I like that. And where is this game being played?
In Mile High Stadium.
Okay,
they have the home field advantage.
Is there any weather in that game right now?
I don't know, but it doesn't matter because both these teams play in cold weather. So it's not going to be. If anything, that favors Drake May because he's already done it this year.
Yeah, I just mean with this crazy amount of snow we're supposed to get.
I think it'll be past the West by then. Yeah, because that'll be.
It looks like a 30% chance of snow right now, and it's going to be cold. So yeah, I mean, I don't think enough of weather where it really makes a difference. I still think Drake May will be able to do what he can do. And I gotta say, during the last game against the Texans, like, wow, this guy just keeps showing out. And like, I'm very surprised with his age and what he's able to do with the weapons that he has. And he just keeps showing out. So good for him. I don't think Denver's got a phenomenal D, but I think he's still going to score, and I don't think Denver's got enough offense to be able to win.
Yep. No, I agree with you. And since we're so hard on the Patriots here, I am going to tell you how the Denver Broncos can win this game. And everyone brace yourselves a little bit because this is getting into the nitty-gritty of football and hitting somebody, okay? In what world can the Broncos make this upset happen? Simple. Sean Payton brings the old Sean Payton defense back. They put a bounty on Drake May's head for $1 million. And they tell that defense, any chance you get, you freaking hit that guy and you try and get him injured. That is their only way out of this game because Drake May against a backup quarterback is not a competition. And yes, that was Sean Payton's Saints defense who used to do this and murdered our loving Brett Favre and absolutely beat the crap out of him. There's no better time to bring it back now. If you get punished for this after the season, it doesn't matter. So I'm saying Sean Pay. I know this isn't respectful of the game, but if there was a time to bring back a bounty, it's now.
I don't really know the level of involvement Sean Payton had on that, but
he's the head coach.
It was an NFC Championship game, Vikings against Saints, and they got after Brett Favre real bad.
They beat him to a bloody pulp. I still got pictures of that online of looking at his body and the bruising and everything they did to that poor guy. But then again, it's football, so I don't feel bad. It's football, right?
I think New England is physical and a little bit better on the offensive line there, and I think they'll protect him. They did a pretty good job last week against, I think, probably the best pass rush in the Texans' dynamic duo, right? Will Anderson Jr. and Hunter over there?
Yep.
So, I mean, I just can't bet against New England after what I saw last week, and without a Bo Nix out there. He can say what he wants about Stidham, but Bo Nix is real good, right? And from what I've seen out of Stidham is I don't think it'll be enough.
Yeah, I mean, another path to the Broncos' victory here is they get turnovers early in offense, somehow get a 1-touchdown lead, and then run the ball and game manage a low-scoring affair. But again, getting him to turn the ball over early and getting an early lead, those are things I don't envision happening.
Yeah, I mean, their best bet that way is getting Ramondre Stevenson to cough it up a couple of times to get some fumble turnovers that way.
That is possible. And then
running the ball, I mean, they haven't been good enough without Dobbins, I don't think, consistently to really lean on that in this game. But is there a chance he plays? I feel like he has a chance to play from what I've last heard. So that
Dobbins?
That could be interesting.
Fresh legs. Yeah.
And if he does, I mean, maybe that's enough for the defense plays. I still think it'll be a closer, low-scoring game. I just don't think they'll have the offense without Bo Nix.
Yep. And
we're really going to see how much Sean Payton effect is real with the quarterback in Denver.
Well,
This is gonna be huge for that.
yeah, I mean that's a lot of pressure on that one, but he's running his mouth like he wants that pressure on him, and he says it's his guy and he's good to go. But again,
He
we know
has to.
he had to say that.
He has to say that.
But
Yep.
I am telling you, fan, look out early and often. See if Drake May takes any late hits early, because that is what I would be doing if I was a Denver defense. I know it's not the cleanest way to play the game, but it can be played that way. And when it's for a Super Bowl and you're down your QB2, I would be rooting for it if I was a Broncos fan. Not rooting for any injury on Drake May, of course, but nonetheless, it's football, folks. It's a physical, violent game out there,
Yeah, and he's a young, kind of a
and he likes to run.
skinnier quarterback, and he is pretty mobile, and he can extend plays.
He's been running
So
10 times a game in the playoffs. So there's 8 to 10 times linebackers have some opportunities to hit him, whether it's legal or not.
yeah, but I mean, I think they'll probably. I mean, I'm sure there's a little more referee involvement for those types of hits on quarterbacks than since Brett Favre played many years ago, right? Like it's
Because
all gotten a lot safer and more quarterback friendly. However, I will say what I've seen this offseason is the referees sure are letting them play a little more than during the regular season.
yes, they
I
are. Tell
like
that
that.
to
I think that should be the case all regular season,
I
right?
would say tell that to everything I agree with, minus the last 2 minutes of the Buffalo Bills game where they completely went soft. But it's a
Oh well.
conversation for another
There's a
day.
whole nother call you could make there about that interception that, was it a
And the
catch? Was it
two
an interception?
and the
You know what I mean?
PIs after that. That was the only game I've seen the refs step in and take it over, which was a shame. But you're right. They have let them play, and you're
They
right.
let
I
him
do
play.
love that. I
Yeah.
love that for the defense sake. It's so hard to be a defender in this league. All the
Yeah.
rules, all the BS. It's like, at least in the playoffs, they're like, go rip some heads, man.
Yeah, I mean it's so easy when we slow things down and then you can see how he hits them. Like when you're running full speed out there, two guys, like it's really hard to know where your helmet and your shoulder is exactly gonna land on somebody, you know?
People, they're running 20 miles an hour. They're running
Yeah.
20 miles an hour, and the foot of space is like 5 feet of space. I mean, your reaction time is less than half a second. It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
hard.
I can get that up speed on my bike, you know?
Downhill, extra juice.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Get some NOS on that thing or what?
Oh yeah. You got any final takeaways on this game?
No, I mean, I think we kind of hit on the head. Patriots should run away with this one. If for some reason they don't, it's kind of a shame to them, but I think Vrabel will do the job. I think this Broncos defense needs to be angrier and more violent than they've ever been and knock Drake May around a little bit if they want any chance. And Stidham, put your cojones on the table, brother, and make this a game. We're kind
Yeah.
of rooting from you just
That
for underdog's sake.
that would be exciting to see from an underdog component if he's out there just slinging it and making some great plays, even if he has a couple turnovers. If he's able to sling it, make some plays, maybe that's enough to give Denver a chance. I would still bet on New England here. Adam, what are your bets on this game?
Yeah, without a doubt. I've taken England -4.5. I've altered them to -3.5 as well. I'm trying to stay away from the props because I am just loading up on that line because we're going against the QB2. So
And are there any smaller bets you're taking, side bets on
So
this?
what has hit every week so far in the playoffs is Drake May rushing over. Right now it's at about 30 yards. However, if New England
Oh,
gets to
I would still take the over on 30
if
yards
New
from him.
England gets to an early lead, he all of a sudden may be like, I'm not going to get hit out there because we got a Super Bowl to win. So that is one thing that has me a little bit nervous for that. But he's also hit it in the first half and like half the games too.
I would take it. I would take the over on that.
So there you go. And other than that, they've been feeding Ramondre Stevenson the ball a lot. To your point, he has not coughed it up, and that's why he's getting more volume. But if you want to get him for
I
rushing,
think that's
over
Denver's
yards, you can
best
do that.
shot for a turnover is to just knock out that ball every time Stevenson gets it.
Well, Drake May has coughed it up in the pocket quite a bit on some hits. I think it was the first game.
I mean, last week against Texans, he did as well.
Yep.
I think
So I mean,
Daniil or Will Anderson just hit right the ball once or twice.
yep, and they can sack at a very high clip, so they will have some chance to put some pressure on him and get some strip sacks in there as well. Other than that, man, this will be good. I really wish Bo Nix was in here. I think the line would be even. If
Oh,
Bo
this
Nix
would be
was in
so
here.
much more of an exciting
And
game with Bo
I
Nix.
think it would be a legendary classic.
With
But
Bo Nix, I would probably have bet on Denver.
at home, yeah, it'd be hard not to.
I would have bet from what they performed last week and how consistent they've been. I would have bet that way, even with their current running game.
There, you heard it, folks. The non-better would have bet that way.
All right, but now I'm going to New England.
Look at that. Me too. And we're all three aligned, so that's a scary thought.
I got Rams in New England. That's what
Yep.
you got too?
Yep.
All right.
What a
Well-
shame. We'll have to disagree on the Super Bowl.
All right, that's fair. We can probably do that. Well, who do you
So
like right now? If that's the two, do you like New England
Patriots.
or Rams? Okay, perfect. I'll take the Rams.
Perfect. There we go.
All right, sounds good. All right, thanks for tuning in to the Fantasy Football Channel. We'll catch you guys in the next one.